I think you have some issues with your connection. Your voice is cracking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Oh, okay. I did mute my mic on purpose because we're not started yet. I just wanted to join.
It's fine. I'm just waiting for the green light to go and then we can start. Awesome. I think we're good to go. You ready, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, hello everyone. Good evening from this side of the world. I am Jannat and I'm going to be your host for today's session. Welcome you all to today's Binance Live hosted by Crypto Veins. And we have Joe from the team Oxilo, if I'm pronunciating it right. Just a second. Let
Yeah,
me
you're
get my
pronouncing it
question.
correctly.
Yep,
Yeah, can you
let
hear
me
me?
get my. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started with Oxilo. Already, we are extremely glad to get all the details with Joe. So let's get started already. So before we head to the questions, could you please introduce yourself? Like, give us a brief introduction about yourself and how you uh, ended up at Oxilo.
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, good day to everyone. Hope we're having a very good day, as I am myself. And yeah, like my name is Joe, and I'll be representing Oxilo on this beautiful AMA. And yeah, my role in the project is actually from the marketing side. And when I did, in fact, had a conversation with the team about what they were working on, I was quite impressed because it's new, it's fresh, although not entirely new, but it's something that is worth looked into. And I was quite impressed, and I was like, okay, I think this would be a good one. So I decided to be a part of it, and that's why I'm here today.
Awesome. Looking forward to explore more details with you about Oxilo. So, moving ahead straight to the first question, could you give us an overview of Oxilo and what motivated the team to create the DeFi platform focused on lending, borrowing, and asset management? Because as you said, this is not a new concept, but yes, it is fresh. So, what motivated you?
Okay, yeah, thank you for that question. And yeah, I'll proceed now. Yeah, Oxilo was created actually to offer something new to our users. So it's meant to be a comprehensive system whereby we simplify access to decentralized financial service, because I know most people during their time in the space must have faced such problems. So we decided to come up as a team and see how we can solve to this. So our team saw the potential to bring mainstream financial service like lending, borrowing, and asset management into DeFi. Because I know we've heard of all these terms I just mentioned, but rarely would you hear of such in DeFi, where you get to see someone that's willing to lend or help manage your assets. So by leveraging blockchain technology, we're trying to decentralize financial tools, giving everyone access to these tools. So we get to allow users from every single corner of the earth to be able to access this service without any barrier, or like I would say any traditional barriers they're used to already.
Noted. All right, so another one I have for you, because when I was going through the docs, there were like so many terms which I think the audience needs to know more about. Audience. Okay, so Oxilo includes an automated market maker and cross-chain swap functionality. Can you explain how these features work together to enhance user experience and liquidity?
Yeah, sure, I'll be happy to. Where our AMM, as you would say, automated market maker, is actually a very core concept that we had to use in our project. So our AMM actually and the cross-chain swap capabilities are actually in conjunction, working together in tandem to produce or to provide seamless liquidity access to multiple individuals across multiple networks. So it's like giving people access to liquidity wherever you are and whatever network you want to work with. So the AMM allows users to trade directly to liquidity pools, obviously decentralized, without any intermediary. So when you take out the intermediaries, it makes your transaction actually faster and you minimize slippages. So we're trying to make the transactions faster at the same time cost less. Do you understand? So meanwhile, the cross-chain swap feature expands accessibility by allowing users to trade assets across various blockchain. So that means you get to be able to access liquidity pools on different network, and also being able to expand your asset accessibility by allowing you to access different pools across multiple blockchains. So this integration enhances liquidity. It also reduces barrier to trading and also creates a very seamless and, as I would say, very accessible experience to our users. So we're heavily focused on our investors or the users, and we're trying to give them a very seamless experience with our product.
Yeah, noted. The approach is very much appreciated. And okay, so I have one more technical question. Peer-to-peer lending and borrowing are central to Oxilo's platform. So, how does Oxilo streamline these processes, and what advantages does it offer over traditional financial systems?
Okay, thank you. Well, the peer-to-peer lending and borrowing model was actually a very smart one that was orchestrated by one of the core team members. And this initiative is meant to reduce intermediaries and reduce costs while making the loans accessible to users and even more users down the line. So, if you notice from what I've been saying, we're trying to reduce cost and to make these financial services accessible to everyone. So that means we get to use smart contract, automated loan approvals, terms, and interest calculation to make this possible, and also faster and more efficient than traditional systems we're used to or banks. And this system also provides better interest rates for both our lenders and borrowers. So someone you asked what are the advantages, some of which I mentioned already. It's going to reduce costs, it's faster, it's actually more efficient than the traditional banks you're used to, and it also provides better interest rates to both the lenders and the borrowers. And lastly, there's transparency because we're working with the blockchain, and everything on the blockchain is actually there for you to see. So it's actually going to be transparent as well, and this would definitely ensure trust and security amongst our investors and throughout the whole life cycle of the project.
Yeah, absolutely. When transparency is there, and like the way you guys are putting it out, it's definitely gonna build trust. Next question is, with the cross-chain swaps being an important part of Oxilo, what blockchain networks are currently supported, and are there any plans to expand this list in the future?
Well, yes. Firstly, we currently support major networks for now, like Ethereum, yeah, Binance, BSC, Solana, and other layer two like Base, Polygon, Arbitrum, and stuff. So this is meant to be like an initial entry. So we're currently working with this networks that are already stable. Well, down the line, we would definitely want to expand and support other prominent blockchains like Avalanche and some others. So this is to ensure that what we have now, we want to make sure it works perfectly well and it's able to serve our users. Then as we progress, we get to expand the circle and make sure anywhere we're expanding to, we have good coverage of that and the tool or the product remains accessible and easy to use across a wide range of DeFi ecosystems.
Very well noted. Uh, yep. So, can you walk us through how liquidity providers earn? Because we have been talking so much about earning for both the parties in this session. So, can you walk us through how liquidity providers earn rewards on Oxido's platform and what incentivizes them to contribute to Oxido's liquidity pools?
Okay, thank you. Well, yeah. First of all, liquidity providers on Oxilo, they get to earn reward. Yeah. And that is but a no-brainer. If you are trying to provide help to the system, you deserve some form of reward. And this reward will come in form of transaction fees, which are generated within the liquidity pools that they themselves contributed to. And also there are other ways to which they get to receive incentives. And this incentive will come in the form of OXI token, which is the native token of the project. And by participating, liquidity providers not only earn, like I just said, they also get to improve the platform's liquidity because liquidity is one of the centers or the bedrock of any project in the Web3 space. So this would also, their participation would also improve liquidity, making trades smoother and more efficient, which is one of the things we want to make a very standout feature where we're actually very accessible, very smooth to run, and also very efficient.
Absolutely. Um, What roles? Okay, so we have an Auxilo token as well. So my question is about that. What role does the Auxilo token, which is OXIL, Auxil, play in the ecosystem, and how can token holders participate in governance to influence the platform's development?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you asked about the role the token play, correct?
Yes,
And yeah, that is one that I would love to share, obviously. So the token is actually essential for the ecosystem because you notice that I've been talking about the tech. Well, there's a nexus between the tech and the reward system for the users. So the token is essentially a very huge part of the system, and it would act as a form of reward for the users and also a governance tool. These are the two main sectors in which the token where the token comes in. So token holders can vote on key platform decisions, which is governance in this sense. So being a holder gives you access to make decisions for the project, and also you can make other impact or share concerns in terms of proposals, development plans, directly influencing the future of the project and stuff like that. So this approach ensures that the community has a strong voice and they feel they are part of the project and it will help shape the platform's future and its direction. So the token is actually very important because it helps in rewarding our loyal users and also gives them access to control or to be a part of the governance mechanism for the project.
appreciated. And another thing which is important, and we partially touched upon on it in the previous questions. Security. So security is critical in DeFi, of course. So could you share how Oxilo ensures the safety and transparency of users? Of course, we discussed previously, but let's talk in detail. So, transparency and safety of users' assets and transaction on the platform.
Yeah, thank you. And I do, in fact, I'm happy that you mentioned me having talked about transparency before, because, like I said prior to this question, transparency is one of the core stuff of any project, and you need to make sure your investors feel safe and they are quite aware of what you're doing with your funds or the project's core approach. You understand? So it's something we prioritize as well as security, because security should be your number one in terms of crypto, because you get to handle people's money, so you need to give them some form of security as to how you handle this. So we tend to prioritize security a lot, and we do this through comprehensive smart contract audits. So we make sure everything is checked and double checked. And also we use a transparent open source code base, which means everyone can access this, go through, and if you have complaints or you have concerns, definitely do feel free to reach out and ask or share, because it's meant to be, like I said, open source and transparent. So we also make sure to employ multi-signature wallets, so no one has sole access to stuff and they can just cut away with what the funds there. So we have multi-signature wallets, and this is to ensure that things are always in check and follow a particular protocol to do any stuff literally. So we also make sure we use secure oracles to protect user assets and data, because data is actually very important these days. And someone might not know this, but it's actually more important than some of the money you think you understand, because data is literally worth more than money. You can use data to achieve a lot. So we do know this, and we try to make sure we secure our user data and assets with the top level security we could reach our hands on. And we might definitely improve the system if we see the need to as we progress. So by embracing the industry best practice and continuous monitoring of these vulnerabilities, we tend to provide a very safe environment for our users. And like I said, we'll definitely improve on this as we progress, given the scale, the way in which we scale out, and this would obviously inform our need to employ new and better security technologies as we progress. But for now, we have all set in place to make sure our users are safe, their assets are protected, and their data is also protected. And we provide users with a very safe and reliable experience. I wouldn't say unlike others, but we do a very good job.
Absolutely. Heads up, everyone. Oxilo's security is definitely in check. And still, if you have any queries, head straight to the support, the Telegram community. And yeah, I agree with you that, data is much more valuable than any money. So, with that being said, moving ahead to the next one. How does Oxilo's AMM differ from others in the market? Because AMM is not a new concept; it has existed before. So, what makes it particularly user friendly or efficient compared to traditional order book systems?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I would agree. AMM, it's not new, and it's been done before and been done by multiple people, and we do in fact know this. But then again, our own AMM is quite different because we utilize a more efficient algorithm to reduce slippage, and also we tend to offer competitive rates to our users. So unlike your traditional order books or whatever you're used to, which rely on matching the buyers to the sellers, ours is quite different. So we tend to facilitate trades automatically through liquidity pools. So when you do things this way, it makes your transaction actually go faster, and it's a more intuitive experience for users. So we tend to make sure we are quite easy to use, and new users feel at ease working on our system, as they are quite I wouldn't say one of our core priorities, but whatever tech you're building, you need to put into consideration the new users, people that are new to the space. Not everyone knows what AMMs are. So whatever you're building, even if it's not new, even if it's something that's heavily used already and you expect everyone to understand how it works, if you consider the new users and how to efficiently and easily adopt them to the system, you create a very, very accessible and very, very easy to use platform. So we put them at the forefront, and we that's why we make sure it's a very intuitive and easy to use experience on our platform, so we can target both well-to-do DeFi users as well as new users.
Right. So, Joe, so far we have discussed about the security, the products that the features that Oxilo offers, the government governance system. So, my next question to you is, user experience is a priority for Oxilo from what I've read. So, can you elaborate on some of the platform's key design features to make like that make DeFi more accessible to new users?
Well, sure. I myself, I'm actually a UI designer myself, and I do know user experience is one key stuff we take into consideration when we're making a product. So you need to make sure it is very, very accessible, easy to use, and all the features required are easy to access. Like, you need to make sure all this are in check. And this is no area we decided to ignore with our platform. So the platform is actually designed to be very, very streamlined, and everything is easy to use, access from our navigation to all the help menus. And in terms of the help, like I said, we are quite focused on not just existing users, but completely new users. So that's why we're going to provide helpful tutorials to help guide these new users. And we're also going to minimize the complex jargon we're already used to in some of the already existing platforms. So the goal is to integrate educational resources anywhere we can, so they can directly be accessed by people, and making sure the platform is easier to use. It's already easy to use by the platform design, but we make things easier to use by providing these resources to make it very, very seamless. Because like I said, the priority is security to our users, ease of access, streamlined transactions, efficient transaction, and cheap transactions. Because everyone wants to save money, so we're trying to do all this while still maintaining a very, very key financial service which not everyone has access to in DeFi, which is lending, borrowing, and the likes.
Very well noted. Well, thank you for answering. And it's very much evident that the team is dedicated towards, building Oxilo. So, looking forward, what are some upcoming milestones or features in Oxilo's roadmap, that the community can get excited about?
Well, yeah, I do love this section because, like I said, every single project has a dream, has a dream, and what it wants to achieve down the line. And we are we're not like any other. We do understand the need to have a very clear path towards achieving your end goal. And our dream includes several milestones, which is some of I've mentioned before, but I'm going to reiterate. Such as expanding for starters, you need to expand. When you have a product this good and you're just centered on only the main stuff we're used to, which is like Ethereum, Solana, you need to expand to other like cross-chain compatibility, and essentially that's what I'm trying to say. So we are looking at expanding down the line. We're also going to introduce staking because a lot of people enjoy these benefits whereby you can stake your tokens to get to earn more or to make more down the line. So we're going to incorporate staking as we progress. And aside already having a very good asset management system in place, we're also going to work on advancing this and making sure we roll out advanced, super advanced asset management tools to help with this as well. And also, yeah, we're also going to add a mobile app down the line. This is to make sure, like I said, working on accessibility, we want to make sure we have it at your fingertips. So we're going to work on a mobile app down the line. And every single time we'll have a new milestone or new addition, we are going to add a very unique functionality to it. So anytime we have an update, trust me, there's going to be something functional coming alongside it. It's not like oh, we have an update, the app is just being changed, the color has been changed, or the font, I don't know, whatever. We're going to add something that's actually worth the upgrade every single time we do it. And we're also going to look at expanding the team and having partnership, so we can get more eyes, more experience into the system. And I'm also looking at listing our tokens on very good platforms, so we get more outreach and more investors technically, because the bigger we get, the more the liquidity, the more the growth and returns for investors. So those that invest early will definitely enjoy this the most because they will have immense. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to get a million X, but from all that has been said, and if you go through the white paper and all that, you can see the vision there, and you can see the potential gains that could be made. And it's like a very new initiative and a very smart one at that. So these are some of the milestones we intend on achieving as we progress. And yeah, we hopefully wish to get a lot of people that believe in this product and can see for themselves. We're not just going to feed you information. We implore you to do your own research and check our docs and stuff. So get acquainted, understand what we're offering, come to the team, ask questions, know what is happening, be a part of the process, and definitely would want to give back to the community by creating more incentive, giving back, and making sure investment is worthwhile and you get something in return for believing in us this early.
Appreciated, and yep, looking forward to all the updates. And again, heads up everyone, make sure you join the community as early as possible and be a part of the journey. So far these were the questions that I had for you. Now I have about three questions, three probably the most important or the most asked questions from the community. So the first one is, how does Oxilo address the high transaction cost commonly found in DeFi, and what mechanisms are in place to keep fees low for users?
Okay, thank you very much. So we tend to optimize this cost or transactional cost by making sure we work or we operate at a level with very low fees like we usually have on Solana, because sometimes the fees on ETH is quite high. So we're trying to make sure we operate at a level whereby the network fees is quite low. And also our AMM is built to execute trades efficiently. And this would also minimize the amount you're spending, or in this case, your gas fees. So while we also tend to cut across multiple chains and technologies, we tend to implement this in a very good scale so we can avoid congestion or high network costs, because when a network is clogged, the cost would definitely increase. So we're trying to mitigate this by cross-chain technology concept, and we'll definitely reduce The fees, like I said, on the network will also tend to reduce the fees gas wise, that's gas fees. And using cross chain technology would enable users to avoid congestion on high cost networks when possible. So that means when there's congestion on like ETH, and the fact that we're cross chain compatible, you can switch to Solana. I get a very cheaper um like you get it more cheaper there. And also if it's congested and it's quite high and you don't want to go with that, you can go to another chain which we obviously would support if it's a major one for now, and you do on there. So it's meant to be very, very accessible and giving you more options. So wherever you see there's a lag or there's a congestion or there's a higher chances of you having to pay more, you can switch to a less expensive or cheaper gas network and use that instead.
Noted. Um, all right, so the next one I have is again on the token. So could you provide more details on Auxilo's tokenomic structure and how does it balance rewards for liquidity providers and community governance incentives?
Yeah. So you definitely can see much of our tokenomics when you go to the website, but I'll definitely share some stuff here as well. So the
Sure.
structure is meant to incentivize both the liquidity provisions as well as community engagement. So a portion of the token is allocated to reward liquidity providers. So people that help us to raise our liquidity, we get to give them some form of reward or incentive. And also some other portion of this is reserved for governance and development. And like I said, governance is not limited to just specific people. Having the token, it gives you a shot at governance as well. So we are reserving a portion of the tokens for reward and to our liquidity providers. Another portion will be reserved for governance and development. And this balance or this system we've created to balance it out ensures sustainable growth down the line and active community participation, because we want to make sure everyone feels like they're a part of the system. Because when you feel like you're part of the system, it's easy for you to immerse yourself and to help that system grow, because you know if it's growing, you're growing as well. So it makes you want to be a part of that system and growth of that system.
Absolutely. And we are already down to the last question. The session went really smooth. Again, thank you for answering all the questions so patiently and so efficiently. Um, Last one is also an important one. So, for users new to DeFi, what resources or educational content does Auxilo offer to help them in navigating lending, borrowing, trading on the platform? Because I think we discussed that you guys have tutorials. So, spread more light on that.
Why, thank you. Yeah, I did mention the educational resource we're going to be providing on the platform. But yeah, we'll offer a range of this, not just the educational content. We're going to have a lot of tutorials, FAQs, and videos explaining each concept or each function. And even if it's a new function, every time we release a new function, we're going to have a video explain such function. So we get to keep everyone in line with what's happening, both new and already experienced users. So the videos is going to cut across every and any features we get to add. We're also going to have a lot of active members in the group. So aside making videos or educational content, sometimes people need one-on-one walkthrough. So we're going to have active members in the group. If you have questions, you can head on there, ask, and you definitely be responded to as soon as possible. And it's going to be like a 24-hour service whereby every time you ask a question, you're going to have someone, maybe not immediately, but as soon as possible, answer your question. So it's going to be a very easy to use, very, very customer friendly, user friendly platform. So you have resources for you to learn from. You have videos, we have FAQs, you have staffs, team members always ready to help you out. So that reduces the barrier of having or being lost, you understand, or being confused, because we have people already, and we have videos, we have everything literally to help you find a way around our product and ease your interaction with this product.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Like, there's so much work that you guys put in to make it easier for everyone. So, yep, that's all I have for you today. Like, that's all the questions that I need to ask to you today. And everyone, whether you are a newbie, whether you are an experienced person in the space, you can go to Oxilo. And thank you so much, Joe, for joining us today and providing us such insightful answers. Before we conclude the session, would you like to give any other message to our community?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me, and to thank everyone for joining or listening, even if it's now or later on. Thank you. And about what I've just said, this is just a very informative session to tell you about what we have. I'd also want you guys to take it upon yourself to go through our docs and website to get an insight to what we're offering. And also, please and please make sure to ask your questions in the group. We'll definitely tend to them, be it technical or just no question is actually meaningless. Any question you have, just make sure to ask and we'll try and tend to this. And your investment is your choice. So we are giving you that freedom to invest as you please. But we also want to tell you this is one we've been working on for a while, and we believe it could work and it should work based on what we've put together. But we need the investors, we need the community to also help, to also put in the work, put in that influence into what we're building. So we feel like okay, we're working for you guys, and you guys are also trying to be a part of what we're doing. So we'll do all it takes to ensure we provide something that works and it's easy to use. And hopefully, we get to see all of you guys join in and make this a success.
Absolutely. Again, everyone, make sure you check out Oxilo. Make sure you check out their products, the investment products they offer. And if you have any questions, head to the chat. Again, thank you, Joe, for joining us and for all the answers, for all the time you gave us, for all the insights you gave us. It's clear that Oxilo has an exciting journey ahead, and we're thrilled to have had the opportunity to host you and learn more about it. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and participated. Stay tuned for more exciting updates from Oxilo and Crypto Whales. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the world of crypto. It's a wrap. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you very much. Do have a lovely one. And please make sure to join in. We have a lot of partnerships coming in, listings. So make sure you check it out. And we'll have a sale going on Pink Sale. So make sure to go there and grab yourself a bag because it's definitely going to be worth it. And thank you once again for having me. And do have a lovely week. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Do check out the sale going on, everyone. And yep, any more questions, head straight to the chat. Bye bye.